Good afternoon, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Hey guys, I posted a video a few days ago on this Sony Av-5000A. Just wanted to. I'm gonna actually do a double repair on this unit because of the fact I don't quite like the way these capacitors are acting. Anyways, I replaced the power supply, which is power supply that mounts to the bottom here. I had an extra one, and because this power supply has bad caps and an actual bad speed board for the voltages, and these caps, they're old, and so I figured, I'd swap it out with the power supply I had. And unfortunately, this power supply is just starting to act funny, where the scanner's starting to slow down. So I'm like, oh, fuck, screw it. I'm just going to have to do what I normally do and take the time to do it. But it's so time-consuming on half of this crap. But anyways, I'm going to being able to use this machine in about a week or so. So we don't want it to be breaking down and doing all this stupid crap where it doesn't want to run. 9 times out of 10, because of the ages of these units, because how old they are, the capacitors are a big factor in problems on these guys. Voltage capacitors and motor run caps. The motor run caps go bad on these all the time. All right, there's a solution for this. Okay, if you don't want to dig this damn thing out, which is a real pain in the ass on this unit, you got to seriously take the entire unit virtually apart just to get this power supply out so you can swap it. Well, I ain't going through that again. So what we're going to do is, show you simple ways of doing this if you know how to read schematics. And if you noticed, that little bridge plate there for all the wiring has numbers on it, right? Well, since I have one of these units already pulled out, all I got to do is follow the trails of the wires to what numbers they go, and the capacitance values. These are 2 can caps, where it's 2 capacitors in one can. This one also has 2 capacitors in 1 can. So basically what we're going to do is follow the capacitance 2.5 and 1.2, and the wires go to a particular number on the strip. And then you know where to bridge the can, which is the can part of it, to the positive part of it, to the particular part on the strip. So we're going to do that today. I do have these capacitors here, so I could swap them out. So here's an example. Like, this capacitor has what's called a 2.5 microfarad, which is one part of the section capacitor, because this is a 2-section capacitor. So the one point that I'm looking for is the 2.5, and it connects to this particular wire, which goes to number 6. Okay, so here you go. Here's a brand new fresh capacitor, and it's a 2.5 by 200 volts, which is fine because these are 250, and you're only running 110 volt to the unit anyways. But these capacitors are just fine. And so what we're going to do is, on number 6, we're going to bridge the first capacitor to number 6, and then the ground of the capacitor goes to this number 8, which is the black. So it's bridging this strip to the black. So we're going to change that capacitor out. And I don't have a 1.2, but I do have a 2 or just a 2 microfarad. So we're going to use that instead. I mean, tolerances is still good. And we're going to bridge the next number. So basically, we're going to replace these capacitors, but we're going to bridge it with brand new capacitors right on the strip. Okay? And tuck them out of the way. That way I don't have to haul this whole freaking unit out again. Just to change the capacitors. I don't have to hunt for these cans, which are really hard to get. You really don't need these cans, but these modern replacements do fine for the job that you're trying to do. On these old units, the can capacitors are a real pain in the ass, because some of these values you just can't get. And plus, this is a section capacitor and 2 sections on each can. So all I need to do is find the individual capacitors, these little pigtail ones, and bridge the strip and solder them in place, and just break the wire from that point that goes to the can and eliminate the wire, and you got the capacitor changed out with a brand new fresh capacitor, motor run capacitor. That's the best way to change capacitors on this unit, due to the fact this is a very big pain in the ass machine to work with. It runs on relays. It's very heavy. You got to strip the unit completely down to get to the power supply so you could pull it out. And then you have to resolder all the wires back again. It's a daunting task to change power supply out on this Av-5000A. So we're going to show you the simple way of doing it. So this is a unit that I could just watch where the wires go, and like I said, and just all I gotta do is follow where they actually connect, and bridge new capacitors like these on the strip, and just eliminate the wires that go to the cans, and leave the cans in place. Don't even have to take anything out, just leave it the way it is. So very interesting. When you have these little pigtail capacitors of the same values, you can bridge capacitors. In this case, I got a strip. I can run the capacitors correctly to the strip and be done with it, and I don't have to pull the power supply back out of this thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.